everyone, welcome to my channel, or if we've hung out before, welcome back. I'm Amy, and today we're making our second festive holiday recipe of the season. It's a little twist on a classic Christmas recipe, but you can't make a house out of it because this recipe just doesn't really have the strength to become architecture. Yep, we're making gingerbread, but we're making cupcakes. Gingerbread cupcakes with an epic cinnamon cream cheese frosting to be exact, and even though you can't build a gingerbread house out of them, they're so good that they'll probably be a staple in your house just like they are in mine. And it might actually take longer to say the name than to actually make them, so let's get cooking. Start by preheating the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and putting some cupcake liners in a 12-cup metal cupcake baking pan. I mean, you can use a big 24-cup pan too if that's what you have, but this recipe only makes 12. While the oven heats up, let's get going with our batter, and we'll start with the dry ingredients. To a medium bowl, add 1 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of ground ginger, and 1/4 teaspoon each of ground cloves, nutmeg, and salt. Give all this a little whisk to mix it all up, and then just set this to the side for just a moment. Now we move to the stand mixer, although you could also use a hand mixer and a large bowl for this as well. To the mixer bowl, add a 1/2 cup of melted butter, a 1/2 cup of packed dark brown sugar, a 1/2 cup of molasses, and you want it to be unsulfured molasses. The sulfured molasses have a much stronger flavor and it would just overpower everything. Last, add 1 egg and then whip this up using the paddle attachment on a medium-high speed until the color becomes lighter and everything looks lovely and creamy, which should only take about a minute or so. Now we add our dry ingredients as well as a 1/2 cup of water, but we want to alternate. Start with 1/3 of the flour mixture and mix this on low until it's just combined, and you may have to scrape down the sides. Then add 1/4 cup of the water and mix again until the water's incorporated, then another 1/3 of the flour, then water again, etc. For the last 1/3 of the flour, I did a quick pulse with the mixer, but then I finished mixing it by hand because we want this to be just barely combined. We don't want any gluten activation creating domes on these cupcakes, and we want them to be soft and cakey, not chewy. When that batter is just barely combined, we're going to fill the muffin pan we prepared until the cups are no more than 2/3 full, and I really mean no more than that. This batter can and will overflow and become a crazy oven mishap if we overfill the cupcakes. Ask me how I know. Here's where I'll also mention that I really recommend only using a lined metal pan for this and not silicone cupcake molds. Silicone does not conduct heat well, and it's really better for delicate or really sticky stuff like mini frittatas and quiches, lava cakes, cheesecake bites. But for a cakey cupcake that's meant to have a slightly crisp exterior and a soft yet substantial interior like this recipe, we want the higher heat conductivity of the metal pan. When all the cups are filled, bake them at 350 for 15 to 18 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean if you poke one in the middle. Pull them out of the oven and let them sit in the pan for another 5 minutes, then remove them from the pan and let them cool completely on a wire rack. Look at these cupcakes! These are just right. The tops are nice and flat with just only a little bit of rounding. These are going to be perfect for the frosting. Now that the cupcakes are cool, we can make our cinnamon cream cheese frosting. For this, you can go back to the stand mixer, but the easiest way to whip this up is with a hand mixer. Start by adding 6 tablespoons of softened, unsalted butter and 1 8-ounce package of room temperature cream cheese to the bowl, and use your mixer to whip these together until all those cream cheese lumps are gone and everything looks nice and creamy. Next, sift in 1 cup of confectioner's sugar. Now, if you don't have a sifter, you can use a mesh strainer like this one. Just dump the sugar in it and tap it lightly with your hand to sift it through. Just don't tap too hard or it can go poof everywhere. Mix this in until the sugar is fully incorporated into the butter cheese mixture. Next, add 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon and a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Whip this all up again until everything is combined and creamy. Now, if the frosting is just a tad thick, add milk in very small amounts, like a 1/2 teaspoon at a time, until you have a spreadable or pipeable frosting texture. You shouldn't need more than like a teaspoon or 2, and I think I used roughly a teaspoon and a quarter or maybe a teaspoon and a half. When the frosting is a good spreadable or pipeable consistency, we're ready to frost our cupcakes. I'm using a piping bag, but I'm not a cake decorator, or at least not yet. Although I will be practicing that because you all know how much I love pretty food. So either pipe some cute swirly frosting or use a knife and frost these cupcakes to within an inch of their lives, because this frosting is legendary. And here we have them, gingerbread cupcakes with cinnamon cream cheese frosting. Like I said before, you can't really build a gingerbread house out of these, but you probably wouldn't even if you wanted to try, because they'd be gone too fast anyway. The cupcake itself is soft, but it's not too soft. It's a really beautiful twist on gingerbread, little teeny bit of crisp on the outside as a tip of the hat to that tough house building gingerbread, but still soft and cake-like. It's got a lovely ginger flavor that isn't overpowering, and that frosting is absolute perfection. It has the signature tang of the cream cheese, but the cinnamon just elevates this to like nectar and ambrosia territory. I mean, Zeus would definitely approve. Although, while I can't guarantee that this grants actual immortality, I can say that the memory of its awesomeness will be. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please like and subscribe, and leave me a comment if you enjoyed this video. Maybe tell me about your favorite cupcakes. Stay tuned next week, because it's the Great Cookie Bake. We'll have some special guests, so new hands, and lots of cookies. I mean, way too many cookies. Like, I don't know if I know enough people to eat them all, kind of too many cookies. And don't miss out on Sundays, because every week I have another comforting, cozy, home-cooked recipe to share. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you back here next Wednesday for the Great Cookie Bake. Bye!